Shalom, this is your Ark. Yah is magnified, coming back with another informative video. I titled this video, Another Judge Recused, Super D Testimony. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth, nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so there's going to be a continuation of the year testimonies, okay? Like I've been telling you guys, if I'm going to do a testimonial video, it's going to have the person's documents that they actually got in the court or paperwork that they received from the agency or some type of evidence that they are speaking of, so you guys can put two and two together to see everything they're saying is true, okay? And it's just not going to be that person on my phone talking about a lot of stuff that they so-called done with no evidence to support it, okay? So also, my aunt who's going to give this testimony, he did everything on his own, everything. Only thing he did was watch my videos and put them to work. Like I tell you guys, my videos are free. Okay, that's free services I offer you guys. I do not get paid a dime for making these free videos and putting out all this free information. Okay, my videos are not monetized, guys. I do not have commercials in my videos, and I'm not making profit off you guys watching my videos. Okay, that's why that's the free service. If you guys need need my assistance, such as my energy, then there's a gift for that. That's what you'll be paying for the gift for. Okay. Hold on for 1 second. All right, so let's read this text message. Let's read this email that he sent me, stating how happy he was, when he got another judge recused in this case. Okay, so as you guys can see, he sent this to me yesterday, from Supa D. He said, "Yah's magnified because of the fire you spit has given me confidence to yet force another judge to recuse herself. I filed the motion right before Thanksgiving on that ass, and bam, the documents that I requested upon recusal they could not provide, which tells me that most of the judges in our Dallas, Texas system are fraud and or not even supposed to be in office. I really doubt that any of them have a true oath of office filed. Keep educating us, man. God bless." And this is what he filed. He filed it on what? November 27th, 2019, right? Texas court. Let's scroll down. And that's right here is the order of recusal. So let's go to the order of recusal and read exactly what it says. Like I said, if they're going to come on here and spit that real truth so you guys can know it's real, it's paperwork on the screen to support everything this person is saying, okay? So now, as you can see, the documents is titled Voluntary Recusal Order. Let's read it. The judge of this court, being advised as to the pleading, the issues, the identity of the parties, and their counsels pursuant to the Code of Judicial Conduct, desires to recuse herself from service in this case, and it is so ordered. November 21st, 2019, with the judge's signature at the bottom. Okay? Real court documents, guys. So like I tell you guys, when I have people come on and give testimony, they will be talking about their documents. So without further ado, let's get to the testimony. Right, as promised, I got my Ark on the phone. You ready, Ark?
I'm ready.
All right, the floor is yours.
I appreciate you having me on the channel, man. And I just want to thank God for giving me mercy. Without Him, I don't even deserve to live without His grace and mercy. With that said, living this life, like a lot of other brothers, fall in love and get married, try to extend their life. And then, my wife and I, things didn't work out. She showed her true colors, and she basically divorced me. And based on that divorce, I guess it's a target for the courts to feel like they can punish me just because she wants to divorce me.
Right.
But with that said, in my divorce, the first thing that I did is started. I kind of started off wrong with filing my paperwork the wrong way, and then I did my due diligence to figure out, how to start filing the correct paperwork. But before I started filing my paperwork, I did gain a lot of knowledge from a lot of different people, but I just wasn't. I was still kind of on the fence about everything, and I came across Yah, and a lot of stuff was making sense that he was saying, and then not only that, but testimonies that's still coming across, that he actually getting a lot of this stuff done, and then just studying things that he said about contract law, about not showing the conduct of agreeing to these contracts that they spitting out, and standing on your square. And it is those three elements that I stuck to, and jurisdiction is a main issue as far as these limited courts. So like a lot of brothers' situations, child support, they tried to toss that shade on me and deprive my life. It wasn't until I started treating the situation like a contract, which made more sense to me, because these are just it's just paperwork with signatures on it, but it doesn't even have your signature on it. So like this is nothing but a contract that they actually have to show cause of the signature. And in studying these videos that y'all spitting out, man, everything just comes together as far as what he was saying about the contract has to have, the agreements, it has to have considerations, and there's a couple other elements that involves child support. And then they even tried to they put a levy on my account, and they started trying to take it out of my direct deposit, right out of my check. And they got away with one good check, but because of the wisdom that I gained from Yah, man, I was able to spit that wisdom to my boss, and my boss, started really listening to what made sense that I was telling her. Even on the child support letters that they were sending in, threatening to withhold wages, the court box wasn't even checked. It was checked under administration, and this administration is trying to enforce a law, right. And it's like it didn't even make sense. So I'm giving this wisdom to my boss, and so my boss ended up not agreeing to the contract of the wages being withheld. So she took me off of that, and she agreed to do a 1099 to where they couldn't even touch me. So I'm not even worried about them sending the letters anymore. They haven't even threatened me anymore with them letters, because I sent them. I responded back to everything from the knowledge that I got from y'all's videos. I responded to everything, and I basically treated it like a contract to show cause that they have all the different elements. And ever since then, they have not sent another letter since then. Right. Because they sent two, even though that they took one check out. Once they switched me to 1099, they tried to send another letter, because I guess they thought I quit the job or something. But nah, that ain't what happened. Basically, I got smart enough and outsmarted them to where they couldn't touch me. Right. But and moving on to the more success, as far as standing on my square, because you go into these courts and you just don't know like what may happen. You don't know if what you're gonna say is gonna work or whatnot. And I was like, well, I really don't have nothing else to lose. They've already taken enough, so why not just be the man up and stand by your paperwork? So that's when I recused one court, and I dug deep. I did some studying, and a lot of knowledge. A lot of other guys, they do spit out some knowledge and whatnot, but it's like they all over the place. They telling you this and telling you that, but you don't even know what to use, in court after they done. It's like that may not pertain to you. The angle of it may not work, but certain things that y'all do is like very specific, and it is working. And so I decided to recuse my court, and I read up, did my due diligence to make sure that I was on top of what a recusal is, what it involves, and the different elements, and limitations and everything like that.
Right.
And even if you're late on the recusal, as far as the limitation of days, you can still recuse even after the limitation, because it becomes a practical matter after the grounds of the recusal is known. So you can always recuse a court once you know the grounds of recusal.
Right.
Because that's only. And so once I recuse my judge, I say I recuse her in September the 3rd, and then 3 days later, which I didn't even know about, they recused themselves. So they say 3 days later. But even then, like they didn't email me, they didn't tell me anything. It wasn't until I walked back in the court, and I could tell everybody was afraid. The bailiffs was stuttering every time I would ask them a question. It wasn't until I mentioned that I'm about to file something else then, and as soon as I went upstairs to the court assistant, she didn't even let me in the door. She spoke to me on the intercom and said, "Don't worry about it, Mr. Daniels." She was like, "We removed the court hearing, and we'll email you later, and we'll give you an update." And I found out that they recused themselves 3 days after I filed the recusal.
Right.
And there was within that recusal, man, it opened so much. It told me so many more things about these courts, man. How they all are fraud. They're not true judges. Because there was, there's documents that I was requesting from them, and I guarantee you, most judges don't even have it.
Right.
So after recusing that court, technically those correct me if I'm wrong, anything that those judges rendered as far as giving orders, them orders are supposedly void, because they didn't have jurisdiction to pass those orders.
Right.
Okay, and so moving on to a new assigned judge. After recusing this judge, man, walking into that building, they was afraid of me.
Oh yeah.
Now when I walk in the building, they have to have 2 bailiffs in the room for me, because they're afraid of me. They bring 2 bailiffs into the room to try to intimidate me, and they'll tell me that no recording or no video recording or anything, and they're afraid of me getting any more evidence on them things that they say.
Right.
Yeah, and on my square, because they really afraid of me now. I can even see the upper head of security. He follows me around to see what room I'm going to, and he makes sure that there's a bailiff with his tactical weapons and everything, and then there's the regular bailiff without the weapons that shows up in court. And so I'm in front of the next judge. He already knows, what's going on, what happened in the last court. So she knows that, she can't bamboozle me right off the lot. So instead of even giving me a fair chance to a trial, she kind of got me, but she was like, she wanted to give me email. She wanted to email me, because I stood on my square. I was like, look, we can't move any further until you restore my rights and void out all the orders that came from the last court that I recused.
Right.
Instead of doing that, she said she would email me and she would email a judgment later. Well, I didn't know she was gonna email me a memorandum of the same order from the last recused court. This judge emailed me a memorandum with the last court that was recused. She basically copied and pasted their order into her judgment. It even still had the old court's number on it, in which they crossed it out. It was so unprofessional the way they even did it. And so
that's crazy.
This judge, you're right, and this judge, she thought she got off clean, but you can always recuse a judge. You don't run out of time recusing a judge. I think you only get one shot, but you always have time to recuse it. And so I recused this judge. I think it was the day before Thanksgiving, in which it pays to do your homework, because this time when I was trying to recuse this judge, I had to wiggle around so many obstacles because the court clerks were all behind her and they was trying to keep me from recusing her. I walked into the clerk's office and, she was just very unhelpful. She kept sending me back and forth, but luckily I knew what I was doing. Even one of the clerks tried to change the status of what I was trying to do, from recusal to a dismissal. I didn't mean no dismissal. And it was like I went upstairs, and by the time I got upstairs, they had changed the status to dismissal. So I went back downstairs and said, I'm going to change it right back to recusal.
Right.
And so I had to monitor them just to do that and to file the right motion. And so with that being said, after I filed this recusal, it really told me exactly why these judges they don't even fight it, because there's three main documents that I recuse them of from having, and what it told me when they both recused themselves, that I'm pretty sure that all of these judges in Dallas County are some type of fraud. None of them are completely compliant to even be in their seat.
Right.
And so, after getting the recusal order is basically it'll say, and I got it right here in front of me.
I have it on the screen too. So when you read it, they can see it.
Oh, okay, awesome. So the last recusal was, as you can see, my judge was Denise Garcia, and basically she, after filing the motion, she voluntarily recused herself. Like, she threw in the flag. And so it says, the judge of this court, being advised as to the pleadings, the issues, the identity of the parties, and their counsel pursuant to the code of judicial conduct, desires to recuse herself from service in this case, and it is so ordered.
Right. That's exactly what it says.
And so they play these tricks all the time, but even after getting this recusal order, they didn't email me anything. I didn't know what was going on, but because I knew she waited too late to even respond, I already knew that I was going to win this recusal. But one thing that they did on this recusal is, I believe they stamped the wrong date so that I wouldn't have enough time to appeal the case, because this judge got away with closing my case. But I learned that you can reopen the case, and the fact that she's recused, that technically means that any of her orders, even closing the case, is null and void. She didn't have any jurisdiction. She didn't to do anything with this case after she recuses herself.
Correct. So let me ask you a question. You did all this on your own, correct?
Correct.
So the only thing you used for me was what, my videos,
Exactly.
and everything else was all you.
All me.
So that's what I'll be trying to tell the brothers. You know, I put enough in my videos that people can get the information to get remedy. You know, while they're in these courts, and you is evidence of that as well. You know, you and the brother Billy, who also did the same thing. He watched the videos as well, and then he called me after his case was dismissed. You know, and he did a testimony as well, just as yourself. You see, and I try to tell brothers, like if I'm gonna have someone come on my channel and speak, you know, I'm going to have their paperwork up as evidence, so it won't just look like, you know, you're just talking and trying to tell people something. You know, they know now by looking looking on the screen that you actually went in there and you doing the things that you said that you have done in these courts.
Right. It's possible. It's very possible.
It's very possible. I was skimming through the first document you gave me, attached to this document. I was like, man, that's some powerful information, man. You know, you doing everything correct. You're doing everything correct, bro.
I got some good guidance, man. Good guidance.
Yeah, and I like to thank
you. One thing is, man, you guys can't be lazy, man. You just gotta, you know, man up, be a man. You know, it's another chore, but you gotta get it done.
Exactly, especially if you want to get the results that you desire. You know, it's not going to fall in nobody's lap. And I'm pretty sure you're the first to vouch for that. Not only did you recuse your first judge, you also recused the second judge. So you're moving mountains by doing that alone.
Right. And you know, with those two victories, because I mean, I'm not done yet. I still got a long journey, man. It's a long fight. But just based off of this success, man, I want to tell y'all that these judges, you got to do your homework, man. Because a lot of, you know, secrets that I found out, man, is crazy. And the stuff that y'all is telling y'all, man, you got to take it plain and simple as he's saying.
Yeah, because it's right there. It's right there. I put it all out in the opening for them, but they still act. You know, some people still act as though they can't see it. But then they wonder, well, y'all, why do you know, why we have to pay you a gift to do so? I tell them, you don't have to pay me a gift if you just study the videos. Now, if you need my assistance, you know, such as my energy to draft up the documents, then that's when the gift come in. But besides that, you know, none of my videos are monetized or anything. You know, you can just click on my videos and watch them all the way through. There's no commercials, interruptions, none of that. You see what I mean, brother?
Right.
So you can click on it. Right, you can make a whole playlist out of my videos and just play them all the way through. And keep playing them over and over and over again till you catch on to what's really being said, and then take your time, draft your documents up as they do their, you know, like you did your own research, started studying even more, and then boom, now you're seeking the fruits of your labor.
And that's a blessing.
That's an absolute blessing, bro. You know, and I'm just excited, you know, that, you know, you are getting what you deserve. Because like I said, man, study to show thyself approved. And you've been studying and you've been proving yourself.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say to the brothers before you go?
Hey man, like I've been telling y'all, stand on your square. Just really pay attention to the videos, because even if you've already watched it, watch it over and over again. I'm dead serious. I'll probably watch the contract law video like at least 50 times just so I, you know, to get it in my brain if there's something that I miss, man. But take those words for what it really is, and you know, believe in yourself when you walk in those courts, because remember they're there to serve you. So don't give them the power to act like they Queen of England up there on the stand, up there on the podium. You know, they just got a black dress on, and they people, you know, they regular people that make mistakes.
Right. They doing nothing but acting as judges. They're not real judges. They acting. Everyone in that courtroom is playing their part, and they need you to go in there and play your part in order for they can railroad you.
Right.
But you went in there with your defenses and everything in order, and now you made the judge recuse herself, so she can no longer play her part.
Right, right.
And that's how it goes, brother. That's how it goes. Anything else you'd like to explain to him before you go?
And I think what I have in the paperwork says enough. I'll try to let the paperwork talk.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's on the screen, so they'll be able to see it. You know, y'all know how I do it. You know what I mean, brother? If it's gonna be the facts, gonna be the facts, and the truth gonna be the truth, and it's gonna be the proof too. Like I said, I deal with. That's all I deal with, brother. You know, all that other fabricated stuff people be putting up, man, and talking about. You know, they get mad when I rebut it, but if it's true, why not rebut me back? You see what I mean?
And that's why I listen, man, and I take it all in, and I appreciate what you're doing, man, and I hope you continue to do it. I know you ain't gonna feel like doing it forever, but man, we need this, and we need because people out here need to know, man, the wool has been pulled over their eyes, and slowly but surely, I see a lot going on. People is waking up, but keep spitting this fire.
I will.
We need it.
I will. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime, my brother. Anytime. All right, so y'all heard it from him. That's all we're going to do for the night. I say shalom, my brother.